What is human body strength? Human strength is a complex topic that can be understood in terms of physics, biology, and psychology. Today is biology time, so we will discuss hypertrophy mechanisms, the importance of increased protein intake, and progressive overload principle. Hello, brothers, my name is Art. Welcome to Masculine Reflections. Today we'll talk about the nature of strength in terms of biology. No magical thinking, no woo-woo stuff. We live in the real world and connection to reality is essential for man. Now let's begin. Part 2. Strength and Biology. Myofibrils, protein, stress, and DNA. Biology is the study of living organisms and their interactions with the environment. The human body is a complex biological system that is capable of generating a significant amount of force and power. To understand human strength in terms of biology, it is important to consider the biological factors that contribute to it. One of the most important factors is muscle tissue. It is composed of specialized cells called muscle fibers that in turn are composed of a large number of myofibrils, which are the contractile units. When talking about muscle knots, what we mean is myofibril spasm. Muscle fibers are capable of contracting and expanding in response to nerve signals. The size and number of muscle fibers determine the amount of force and power that can be generated by the muscle. Another important factor is the nervous system. It is responsible for sending signals to the muscle to initiate contractions. The strength of the signal determines the force generated by the muscle. Stronger and intensive signal allows more muscle tissue to be involved in the work. We'll talk more about nervous system involvement in strength and psychology review. Other biological factors also include genetics, hormones, and nutrition. Genetics play a role in determining strength, as certain genetic variations can affect muscle size, fiber type, and the efficiency of the nervous system, but it is rarely a determining factor. Hormones, such as testosterone and growth hormone, play a role in muscle growth and development. Adequate nutrition is necessary for muscle growth and repair, and deficiencies in certain nutrients can lead to muscle weakness. And by growth and development here, I mean of course hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is the process by which muscle fibers increase in size. The most notable change is an increase in the size and number of myofibrils. This leads to an increase in the overall cross-sectional area of the muscle fiber, which is one of the primary factors contributing to the increase in muscle mass. As a result, the muscle fibers become larger and stronger, allowing them to generate more force and perform more work, which is what we need as men, because work doesn't only mean lifting a barbell while lying on a sweaty bench, but everything in our lives we can put an effort into. There are two main mechanisms by which hypertrophy can occur. One of them is through mechanical tension, which is generated by the resistance placed on the muscle during exercise. When a muscle is subjected to resistance, it causes damage to the muscle fibers. The body responds to this damage by initiating a repair process that involves the activation of satellite cells, which are responsible for adding new muscle fibers with the help of protein. Another mechanism by which hypertrophy can occur is through metabolic stress. When a muscle is subjected to high levels of metabolic stress, which is training to failure or almost failure, it triggers a response that leads to increased protein synthesis. This occurs through a process called mTOR activation, which is responsible for initiating protein synthesis in response to nutrient and energy availability, which means even if you work in the gym consistently, but lack an excess amount of amino acids in your body, which are building blocks for protein, muscle hypertrophy will not occur. Check the description for more information about mTOR pathway. In addition to changes in myofibril size and number, hypertrophy also results in an increase in the number of nuclei within the muscle fiber. Muscle fiber nuclei contain your DNA, which is used to direct the protein synthesis. This is due to the activation of satellite cells, which fuse with the existing muscle fibers and provide additional nuclei to support protein synthesis and growth. To put this in simple terms, more nuclei means more DNA samples available for DNA transcription to start a large number of protein synthesis processes at the same time. More simple. The more muscles you have, the easier it becomes to grow them further. However, the amount of work you have to perform also increases. That is why progressive overload term exists. To grow bigger muscles, you should put your muscles under more stress than previously. So if your muscle growth stopped, it's not because you're a genetic mutant. It's because you are not using enough weight to put your existing muscles under enough stress to trigger hypertrophy. Stress is growth, if you apply it properly and effectively. That's all for today. In the next video about strength in biology, we will discuss main hormones that play key roles in hypertrophy and affect strength. Stay tuned. Remember, stress is growth. Learn to use it. Now, meditation. Open your eyes. Return your breath to normal. Stand up, put your like on this video, write a comment on your thoughts or insights. Then go take a cold shower and do the work. We'll meet again.